dream I know deep up my feelings for you.
I'm in the governorship election. Senator Ehigie Uzamere said that only the blind will vote for APC. My people don't be small biggie. Alright, my wonderful people, before I go bring the story, I go like welcome especially to my wonderful channel. As we they given a back-to-back update and information as they hot. If today is your first time of watching, kindly subscribe, like, comment, share. But don't forget to turn notification bell to get notified whenever we drop our video. To all amazing subscribers, thank you so much for joining. So my people, when we dive into the main story, Senator Ehigie Uzamere gave a niche to the Edo State political claim when he became the first BD senator to win re-election in 2011. Remarkably, his historical political feat was achieved on the platform of two different political parties. Of the Edo State governorship election, Senator Uzamere, who was an earlier canvasser for the emergency of Mr. Asue Ighodalo, spoke in an interview on his motivation, the eruption of Senator Oshiomhole, and the qualities of the major candidates in the race. When he was asked why he is supporting Asue Ighodalo, he said he is of the PDP and he wants to support Dr. Asue Ighodalo, not because he is a PDP man, but because he believes that he is the best among the three major candidates. But he also knows that he has a very rich background and a CV. So if they watch Asue Ighodalo's campaign, that it is centered on issues. His dressing is simple, but beneath that, dressing is a man with a V12 engine. That Asue Ighodalo is humble, he's intelligent, and that this time, they all need a man who is in the economies to be able to understand the economy of this country and of the states. The economy of this country today has taken a downward tone, and also, it has affected the world, but today, Uzamere said that they can see how Governor Ighodalo has been able to manage the economy. So this is not businesses as usual, where you can go and bring somebody from classroom to come and be governor. So as they all can see, they will see that Governor Ighodalo has done well in his choosing profession. They all feel that, and they believe in rotation. That Edo South has done 8 years. It is fair for Edo Central to produce a candidate from their own party. More so, he was the first Edo South man at a PDP meeting in Abuja to say that Edo Central must produce a candidate because Edo South has done it. So he has what it takes to be governor of Edo State. When Uzamere was asked how he can compare Asue Ighodalo to his major rivals in the APC and Labour Party, he said, well, he wants to speak on Olumide Akpata first. That Olumide Akpata is his cousin through his maternal grandmother in Use. So he is very, very qualified, very intelligent. That he went to King's College as Asue Ighodalo. But it is not his time. That they all can see those in Edo State who were fighting Atiku Abubakar over zoning are the ones ironically now supporting Olumide Akpata. That Olumide Akpata is still very young, that he can wait for his time. Then concerning the APC candidates, Uzamere said that he didn't really know Mondo Obolo, but they say he was with Chief Anini. But he was not very close to Chief Anini. That looking at what he can see from a distance, that he can see that the APC really doesn't have a candidate. He was asked why he made such comments on Mondo Obolo. He said Mondo Obolo is not prepared to be a governor. That's as they all can see that you have to have a certain qualification that will catapult you into a race. So they have to have a CV that will catapult them into an arena where people will look at your rich CV and say, oh, let us consider this. He said Mondo Obolo is not an option to Asue Ighodalo. That in fact, there is no comparison, that they have to be prepared to be a governor. And everybody, they all know how he became a senator. That it is all because the leaders of the PDP in Edo Central decided to do anti-party. That was what produced him as a senator. That if they were to advise him, he should have stayed in that place. On the issue that he is not speaking at his campaign, Uzamere said that the former governor in the forefront of his campaign is the general overseer of a fraction of APC. That is Comrade Oshiomhole. So he said he thinks that Oshiomhole has his reason for what he's doing. That he's sure he wants to come back the third time. That other than that, there has been other governors who have ruled Edo State before him. And they have all kept quiet. That they are doing their own thing. So why must Oshiomhole be in the forefront? that he cannot be the leader of the Benin. That he can be the leader of his people. He cannot decide for them. He said before every other person that there is nobody in Edo South that Adams Oshiomhole has not abused. That look at those who are in the forefront in his party that wanted to be a governor under his party. That they should tell him one person among them that he has not abused. And they all kept quiet. So everyone just kept quiet on what Adams Oshiomhole is doing, because they are all victims. That all of them, including him, his humble self, because of one man, we come from Edo North and be abusing Benin leaders, starting from Ubemudia. That from Ubemudia, he moved to Chief Gabriel Ighodalo, the son of Benin. Then to his son, Lucky. That he went to Captain Hosa, who helped him with his election. He went to Pastor Osage. In fact, he reduced him completely. And that was the man who played a key role for him to be a governor. So Osage said that Adams Oshiomhole reduced Ezenyamo completely. And that was the man who played a key role for him to be a governor. That he went to his deputy and reduced his deputy to an errand boy. On the assertion by Adams Oshiomhole that the Obasekis are childless, they asked Uzamere that what does he have to say about that. He said, well, when he heard that he was very, very embarrassed. But he's not surprised because Adams Oshiomhole is an unguided missile. Because he moves in a different direction. So they cannot trust him. Then how can they trust Adams Oshiomhole? Because Mrs. Obaseki was not referring to any particular party candidate. She said this is the only man that has a wife and takes care of us. That it is left for Mondobolo to reply, not Adams Oshiomhole. That something must be wrong somewhere, because they cannot just stand up and be calling a woman barren and be laughing at them because they are not God. That Adams Oshiomhole is not God. He has embarrassed himself. He has embarrassed his party. And they all know so many of the leaders in Abuja. He knows the APC leader in Abuja. So he have called him and he expressed embarrassment at what he said. But Adams Oshiomhole did not embarrass only Bessie Obaseki. That is all women. He embarrassed all women at large. So his father and the daughter, they should caution him and ensure that he apologizes to Bessie Obaseki. When he was asked to say a word to voters, he said it is very clear now that APC is not even the light. That see where they are today, except those who are blind, they will go and cast votes for them. That is very clear that the man cannot speak. Even if you ask him to speak Sኢና language, is he going to speak Sኢና at the village? That even if they are to speak a local language in government house, it's been because they are 65%. Uzamere said that he knows fully well that Adams Oshiomhole is going to send people after Mondobolo. When he was asked what was his issue with Adams Oshiomhole, he said, well, he don't have issue with Adams Oshiomhole. That a few months ago, when Senator Matthew Uruhede returned to APC, when he was celebrating his wife's birthday, that he was told that Adams Oshiomhole came and started abusing him, saying that if he knew, he wouldn't have given him a return ticket to the Senate. He said he regretted, but a year later, he supported him against his own blood in his 2012 re-election. That General Charles Ahivere is his brother, the same blood whose friendship started from birth. So they grew up together. He's his senior. But they can imagine the risks he took for Oshiomhole, who is saying now that he regretted giving him. But he wants to tell them something, that Adams Oshiomhole never gave him the ticket. They have to tell them how his ticket came about. That he met Obasanjo at the villa with President Jonathan. As soon as he was to enter, that he just dragged his hand and held his hand. And he said, Uzamere, what about your ticket? Because before then, Honorable Samson Osage and Ighodalo met in his house. And they told him that they have to leave the party because Chief Tony Anini was not willing to give them tickets in the PDP. So he said, no, let him think about it. That less than 2 weeks, the two of them decamped. And he was still remaining. So he asked why would he decamp to go and meet Adams Oshiomhole, especially when he knew the fate of those who had worked closely with Adams Oshiomhole. When he knew that he embarrassed Lucky Ighodalo and his father. So he decided to stay until that evening when the former president of Obasanjo held his hand out and said, follow me to my car. That is what happened. And he didn't know what he did to Chief Anini. Anini had asked him not to clear the NDDC nominee presented by Adams Oshiomhole and that he should wait for the further directives. So he doesn't have anything against Adan Oshiomhole, but they are not friends. Why put up a small matter? On his advice to Edo voters, he said his advice to Benis in Edo South is that they have done it before him. So he has never disappointed them. And he's looking up to them to vote for Asue Ighodalo because he's the right candidate that will be able to take Edo State, that will be able to continue from where Governor Godwin Obaseki stopped. So guys, I would like to know your thoughts, your contributions, your opinions in our comment section. I would love to hear from you.